real. What the fuck are we doing out here? I asked you, what in the fuck are we doing here? Hell, I don't know.
Hey you guys, this is Rico and I am back again on whatever screen you may be watching this on. Maybe your phone screen, your computer screen, your tablet screen. I'm in your face again. Be sure to like this video. You can dislike this video. Sound away below how you feel about whatever I talk about. Also be sure to subscribe if you want to see me, rant aimlessly and randomly about different topics pertaining to East Asian pop culture as well as other current events. So I'm thinking right now, how do I go about this video? Because I want to get my point across. I also don't want to be super emotional in this video. And this is a topic that I wasn't going to talk about. I say that a lot. Say that a lot, you guys, in these videos, but it's true. This is a topic that I was gonna bypass again, but something ignited in me and made me whirl back around and be like, you know what? I'm gonna make time to talk about this, and it has to do with Korean pop idol apologies when they mess up, whether it be being culturally offensive or just doing something that is inappropriate and overall disappoints the people who have supported them. We've had many instances of this, and within this year as well as last year, where people have done stuff and it's like, you're not who you portray yourself to be in your music. And that's what really hurts me the most, is that there are a lot of artists, not even just with South Korea, but just in general, that will preach a lot in their music and in their lyrics. And you come to find out when they get into a situation, well, where they have to really be themselves or really step up, and it turns out that they are not the person that they preach to be. And so we as fans and listeners are left with disappointment. And this leads me to this girl group that I was a big fan of. I one-upped this group so much. If you go back and watch some of my past videos, when I talked about girl groups, this group was one of the names that I mentioned as far as the new generation, because I really liked them from their very first single mini album all the way up to now. Pretty much I had supported them, and I didn't know anything about what had happened with all of the chaos that ensued over one live stream, one birthday live stream at that. However, I got the mummerings of everything, and I did go and I checked it out. And I really didn't want to expose myself to the foolery of the actual clip, but I waited and then finally I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and watch it, because as someone who is a melanated person, it's always something. Like, we can never be left alone. It's always something. It's like we don't get to just be and just exist. It's always somebody doing something. And so this group that was doing something was Kiss of Life. And so I just was taken back by all of this. And there's so many different people trying to create different narratives and trying to spin the narrative, trying to change it. And this whole situation is showing how ignorant, how heartless, how uncaring some of the fans in the K-pop fandom are. And I am tired. And that's why I said I'm semi-retired. That's why when people ask me, am I in a fandom? No. When people ask me, do I have a bias? No, I don't. Leave me alone. Because we come back to this again where people still don't get it. They still don't get it. They don't understand. Even Kiss of Life themselves do not get it. So they had this birthday live stream where they decided they wanted it to be a hip-hop themed party. Okay, fine. Cool. Nobody's stopping you. I'm like, okay, yay. You know, do your thing. I'm expecting something of substance out of this. No. What we get is them mimicking and mocking people of my race.
Like hip-hop. 그래서 누가! 마음에 안 들어. 누가! Let's party! Look at me. No, I'm talking about flirting with my man, and that's not a bestie. I on my wrist. 네, 여자야. Let's talk about. Huh?
And I'm going to say this, I'm going to keep this all the way real. I don't know where the Latino community came in with this. They weren't mocking the Latino community. The Latino community is only mixed up in this because the Latino community is adjacent to black people and it's through assimilation. But who they were mocking was not the Latino community. They should not have been apologizing to the Latino community. The Latino community was not really who they were mocking. They were all the way mocking black women. They were mocking black people. They were mocking hip-hop culture in general. That's what this was. And now, mind you, when I did watch the video, it wasn't the video that upset me. There are a lot of people that were like, oh, the video and all the... What really caused the dread and the hurt to rise up in me as realization started to sink in was that these girls had a whole facade of being this R&B heavy, rap heavy group. This group of girls that were very much into that culture where it influenced their music, and the music is good. They're talented. I would never take that away from these girls. I would never sit here and say they're not talented. I would never sit here and say that they're not hardworking. But what bothered me was it was all a facade. And you might ask, why do you think it was all a facade? The reason why I think it's all a facade is because if these girls are really inspired and interested in hip-hop and R&B and these artists, they would have researched a little bit to know that what they did was not okay. They would have researched to know the origins of rap and hip-hop and how it's very much like rock music, Rage Against the Machine. It's about the voices that were not heard being heard. It's about finding a voice and expressing yourself and being the people that were the unheard. It is not just about jewelry. It is not just about the fashion. It's not just about the hats and the do-rags and the baggy clothes. A lot of people associate hip-hop with just that, and that's not what hip-hop is. That is what the people dress like because that is the environment they lived in. The rappers that you see, a lot of people think that that's what hip-hop is, and it's not. A lot of people from South Korea think that's what hip-hop is, and it's not. It's not at all. And it makes me so sad that they reduced hip-hop to those stereotypes and to them mocking my people like they did. That's what upset me, is that it was a mockery. That's what bothered me. And I think some people need to look up what the definition of a mockery is. Because this is what this was. We can even go and take it a step further and talk about cultural appropriation and how a lot of my people, black people, will talk about, I don't like when so-and-so K-pop artist wears dreadlocks or cornrows or afros. I'm going to be honest with you. At my mature age, I do not care. I do not care if a white person is wearing dreadlocks. I don't care if an Asian person is wearing dreadlocks. I don't care if an Indian person is wearing dreadlocks. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, what the hairstyle was meant to do is for our people. The essence of the hairstyle is for my people. What I do care about, though, and I want you all to understand me clearly, is what I do care about is when a non-black person wears these hairstyles and they mock my people. There are some people who I feel like really have a loose screw loose somewhere. They'll be like, oh, if someone has an afro and they're not black, oh, they're mocking you. No, that's not the definition of mocking someone. You have to actually be physically mocking somebody. You have to actually be saying, oh, look, I look like them ignorant, stupid black people. Look at my dreads. That is them mocking you. You just wearing the hairstyle is not mocking the race. I never understood where the argument came to the conclusion of that, because that's not what it is. However, what these girls did was definitely mocking. And whether they meant it to be offensive or not, it doesn't take away from the fact that it was hurtful. It was hurtful because they ripped off their own mask. We thought that they were one type of way, and they do have a lot of black fans who are black K-pop fans who thought of them one way, and they exposed that they weren't that one way. And that they actually had the idea that this was okay. That doing a whole live stream like that, mocking my people, was okay. That nobody could pull them to the side. That the Korean members of the group that actually lived in America, that speak English fluently, couldn't get a light bulb in their head and be like, you know, maybe this is not okay. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and it was a whole group of black girls taking tape and pulling up their eyes and doing horrible Asian accents of Asian people barely being able to speak English, do you think that I wouldn't feel the same way? I would still feel the exact same way. It does not matter who is doing it. It's still culturally offensive. Mocking somebody and their culture is culturally offensive. It's just sad. And you know, to add to the sadness, we get the first apology that didn't even address the people that they actually offended. And then they wondered why people were still upset. Then they dropped out of KCON, as they should have. Like, you think we're supposed to feel any type of way about this? Nobody should. Then some time passed. They went away, came back again. Oh, so-and-so, you know, we went to wait until after their birthdays. My birthday wasn't too far away from when you all went on live stream mocking my people. How... am I supposed to feel some type of way about this? I don't. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't. So, we're back again. One of the members goes on live stream. Eventually, we're deeply sorry. I believe that there might have been another apology in between that. Then we got another apology that was handwritten. We got like 4 apologies. And we got some deer in headlights, dumb, dim-witted K-pop fans coming like, oh, they apologized 4 times. You all should let it go. It wasn't that serious. Oh, me and my friends, we do stereotypical jokes with each other all the time. That's you and your friends. You all have created a comfortable environment to do that. That's you and your friends. It still doesn't make it right, but it's still you and your friends. You and your friends are not on a major platform. You all are not in a K-pop idol group on a major platform where millions of eyes are watching you all. It is not the same thing. And the last time I checked, Kiss of Life was not comedians. They are not doing comedic sketches. They are not in the job occupation of comedy. So what this was, I don't know why they thought this was okay. They went on apologizing. Once was enough. We didn't need the handwritten apology. That didn't help any. I don't know why people don't understand what we want. they keep apologizing, and they'll probably wonder why aren't they accepting our apology? Because people don't want the 4 apologies. We get it. The apology that she did, I believe her name is Julie, on live stream, seemed sincere. All right. But you know what? There's a part of it that doesn't seem sincere. You want to know why? And let's break it down. First of all, you know, and I know, that if nobody has said anything about this live stream, that they would have never apologized. We know that. If it hadn't started affecting their views and their streams and their money, they would have never apologized. They would have went along like it was okay. Problem number 1. Number 2, you keep telling us that you are learning and you're reflecting. Stop telling us. Show us that you are actually learning. We do not want you to keep telling us this. There is 2 guys that I met in Atlanta that I was not even a fan of. I met them, didn't really know their music. I had run across their music and I was actually subscribed to their channel. I didn't know at the time. I listened to a lot of music. But I met these 2 guys. One is from 20. The other one is Hello Gloom. Cool guys. Amazing guys. They had a problem with some black K-pop fans with cultural appropriation and the do-rag. I'm gonna be honest with you, like I said, I don't really care too much. He did promotional photos with the do-rag on. I was like, okay, the cool photos. He wasn't like actually mocking black people, so I didn't really care. However, From 20 actually addressed the controversy head on. They didn't write an apology. They didn't say, oh, we're learning and we're reflecting. No. Do you know what they did? They went, got some black people, filmed a whole video of the black people actually trying to loosely explain to them why they felt how they felt.
Like this one. 지금 이 분위기 괜찮은 거죠? 아 진짜. This one. Okay. Now we're there to learn.
Okay. You know, altogether, the video is pretty good. Like, the music is good, like, the video is on point. I think if we're just talking about, like, a do-rag deo, it's just, like, black American culture is more offended when it comes to the wearing of do-rags by anybody else other than black Americans for the most part because of, like, just racial issues in America and how do-rags are, what's the word, like, if they're worn by black people in America, it would seem like they are like gangsters or thugs or dirty.
And when it comes to this topic, what it really is not so much of other races using the style. It's just that when we do it because of our skin complexion, because of how we're seen as other and not as worthy or uneducated, it's like that things that are actually meant for us are not celebrated when we do it, but when other races do it, it is celebrated. So it makes us feel angry. That's really what it is. And then at the same time, so much is taken from my people as far as entertainment. And there's a lot of times where we do not get our props. And K-pop does that a lot. And we all know K-pop does that a lot. A lot of things, even to this day, even the new releases that are coming out are inspired by the music that my people have done. And there's a lot of times where we don't get our props. There are some K-pop acts that have given us our props. But we're talking about going way back. Even before the 90s where they were doing it. Where it was, oh, black people are this, black people are that. I don't like black people are uneducated, black people are poor. But meanwhile, they were taking everything that they could. And the whole thing is that it's not so much that, oh, they want to be black, but they don't want to be black. It's not that. They want our essence. So they want our soul, our swag, our vernacular, our style. They are envious of that. It is not even just South Koreans. It's white people. It's Indian people. It's Latinos. All of them, everybody, they want our essence. Because really, if we talk about it, we are the ones that are really the core of a lot of the entertainment and the music that was created. It was really all, it came from black people. And a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that. But if you go back and you actually dig deep in our history, you'll see that all of the trails all connect to my race. And a lot of people want to be like, you know, they want to make up whatever they can. Music is to be shared. No, the music was stolen. It was stolen. And it's being upheld to this day. It's one thing to be like, oh yeah, okay, you're inspired by it or you're influenced. That's fine. But like when you're taking it and blatantly taking it and then you're being negative toward the people that you're getting it from. And it's like, every single black person is one way to a lot of people, and it's like we're not allowed to just be a monolith. It's just all of you all are one way, and it is what it is. And Kiss of Life was upholding this with the